Hello! It's another Orange Shirt blog. This is Jeff Goebel. It's day 21 of my job search project. And really, it's still day 21. Wow, that's a lot of procrastination. I do think about things each day, especially at night when I'm going to bed or in the morning when I'm thinking, what am I going to do for the day? And today I did already think about some things. I watched some other videos on makeit100.com, and it's amazing. There's a few people there who have projects about searching for a job, just like my project on it. And, they post day one, what they did, and it's lots. And then they post day two, they went for an interview, and then post day three, oh, I got a job. It's like, what? That's not fair. Okay, fair isn't the right word. But on my Make It 100, I've started entertaining people with silly messages and really not doing a lot of work. So it's just really hard. Like, I understand, I knew it was hard, and I knew it was going to be hard, and that's kind of why I started the project, because I would have something every day to make me feel bad for not actually doing anything towards the project. So the only things I've done so far is I have looked through some Craigslist ads and Kijiji ads and web ads, but I'm not really looking for a career. I'm looking for a part-time job that'll pay a little bit of extra money, and I'm wondering, do I need a resume for that? Probably. Will they believe me when I say, the first job I had, well, the first significant job I kept for 15 years. I don't really like change that much. I said in another video, I change at glacial speeds. So a lot of people see a self-employed person coming back to the industry and saying, I want a job, and they're thinking, do you just want a job to pay 5 bills and then you'll quit? And the answer is no. If I like that job, I will stay with it. Maybe forever. until I'm too old to do it anymore, which I'm hoping is a long time away, because I feel young and reasonably active. Standing will be something to get used to. I can stand. I've stood for 16 hours at conventions, booth work, but one day, 2 days. Maybe I did it 3 days a few years ago, but I don't think I want a job where a 5-hour or an 8-hour shift is standing. I have great respect for the people who do that. It's just, I can walk for 8 hours, but tomorrow it'll kill me. But I can't stand for 10 minutes really without walking around, and I'm not used to that standing position. So what happens is I start thinking about all the reasons I can't do jobs. It's the same when I go on a dating site on the web. This is irrelevant. It's off to the side. It's a Zeppelin of its own. But the same sort of thing happens. You look at people, and all I do is I eliminate why they are not going to be right for me or why they're not going to respond to me. And I do the same with the job listings. I look at jobs, and even if I have the confidence that I could do that, I don't have the confidence that I could do it better than somebody else, because I'm self-taught. I've been doing a lot of things. Really, my whole existence has been based on doing what the customers asked for. And my customers have been newbies and beginners, so they haven't really asked for a lot. And unfortunately, when you apply for a job, let's just say a web designer job, if I decided I wanted that, right off the top, they're asking for things that I haven't done, and I'd have to learn. And I don't want to learn. It's hard to learn, especially by myself with attention deficit disorder and all those things I can blame. So I end up not applying for things. Like in any job, they're going to ask for things that I don't have. They're going to ask for qualifications that I don't have. And maybe people lie on their resumes. I know I used to joke that I had a friend. I've had a few good friends that were really strong programmers. And we used to have a joke that if a programmer says, I've dabbled in it, in response to a question. Like they say, do you know Java? And you say, yeah, I've dabbled in that. Or do you know Python language? And they say, oh, a little bit. What that really means is they have no clue. They've never even heard of it, but they'll go home tonight, they'll read a book, and they'll be experts tomorrow because programmers can do that. And I can't. First of all, I can't lie easily. Um, and because then what happens when I lie is in the back of my head, I know it's there, and it becomes a second task. And it's going on while they're talking to me, and sometimes it distracts me. So that's one thing. And second of all, I can't learn something that quick. It takes me a long time to learn some new technology. Now, I have kept up, and I've done it, but osmosis-wise. I didn't notice I was learning. Each individual time I learned, it was in response to something. A customer had a question, can you do this? And I did it for them. And I could probably do that in a business environment too, but it has to be super fast and often with people standing behind me or in the cubicle next to me, and all of that will distract me. Anyway, it makes me say no far too quickly to those things. And so looking for a job without that level of confidence, it's even tougher. And I guess, I mean, I compared it in a conversation the other day to a mother who worked in an office environment or a business environment and then took 10 years off or 15 years off to take care of their kids or maybe a sick relative or something. And then they enter the workforce in their 40s or even in their 30s. And everyone says, well, you don't know Word, you don't know the internet. Well, yes, I do, but I don't know it as well as that guy over there who's in the line in the waiting room next to me that's got his resume and he's an expert. So it's lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem is a weird thing, and I'm starting to learn that more and more as I make these videos. And I do really well in person. The interview, the process, if it's a job where I'm dealing with the public and you interview me, you're going to see that I deal with the public well. I speak well, I make people feel at home, I make them smile, I smile. But if you're just reading a resume before calling me in for that interview, I'm not going to get the call. And that discourages me from even trying in a lot of cases. And I guess that's really the story of my life. I don't try things that I potentially think I'll fail. My brain thinks up scenarios and possible solutions. Okay, if I do this, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen. And 2 out of 3 of those are negative options. And one of them is, oh, I'll become a success and people will like me. But the negative options, they stick in your head a lot longer. So you go, you know what, I'm not going to take that 2/3 risk. I'll just do something else. And I've been lucky in life. I have had luck that other people have asked me to do things in just the right order, with just the right amount of money, that I've had great successes back in what I call my wealth era, and then less because I didn't promote myself and didn't try. So I'm hoping, I don't even know what I'm hoping for, which is really a bad place to be in, especially when I'm watching all these other people. Today on Make It 100, I submitted my resume to 15 companies. Today I called those 15 companies and asked them if they got my resume. And today we booked 4 interviews. And here I am going, hi, day 21, 10 seconds. Did nothing yesterday, try to do something today. Time's up. So the videos are kind of a mixed blessing. I like doing them. They cause guilt. I'm kind of happy people aren't replying, and then I'm sad that there's no comments. It's a mixed emotion. So my solution is to keep doing what I'm doing, and you know what? I've been working really hard. I've been on a high since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I got a lot of work done. I worked actually through till 10 p.m., which is really rare for me, especially since it means I missed a lot of TV. It's piling up on my PVR. So I'm feeling good at avoiding, and I think it's kind of weird when your pleasure comes from avoiding the bad, because it's not like a final exam at high school. It's not like I can at the very last minute write that essay or study for that test and go in tomorrow and do it. Because when my money runs out, tomorrow is they're locking the door and I'm looking for someone's basement to live in. And I don't want that. So I have to have my cramming for exam moment soon. And we're coming up to the end of the first month. It's the 22nd of January. February is the last month I get paid for. It's going to be scary. Anyway, went over 10 minutes today. Thanks for watching. If you did, if you didn't, then it doesn't matter. You'll never know, and I'll never know. YouTube counts you as having watched after, I think, 15 seconds. So I should say all the really good stuff in the last few minutes. The secret stuff. No. Anyway, Orange Shirt Blog. My name's Jeff Goebel. Thanks for watching me and following me on my quest. Frogstore.tv.